Welcome back, everybody. Today is July 24th and the start of Disney's brand new Skip the Line system, Lightning Lane. Genie Plus is being retired after only just a few years for this new and seemingly easier to use system. And what better place to test it out than at the Magic Kingdom itself? Why don't you guys come along? Let's go make some memories together. Now, before we jump into using this system, let's see how it works. Take it away, future Adrian.
Lightning Lane is Disney World's newest Skip the Line system that is replacing Genie Plus and is actually very similar to the original FastPass Plus system. Except, like Genie Plus, it now costs money. Lightning Lane can be broken down into two separate categories, Lightning Lane Multipass and Lightning Lane Single Pass. Let's start with Lightning Lane Multipass. Pricing for Lightning Lane Multipass will vary throughout the year, with peak seasons being the most expensive. In today's video, I paid $29 before tax per person. This is very similar to how FastPass Plus functioned, where you get to choose 3 experiences before your arrival. And similar to how FastPass Plus was, these are broken down into tiers. Tier 1 is going to be your very popular attractions, and Tier 2 are the less popular attractions. Disney's Animal Kingdom is the only theme park that does not use this tier system. They are all on the same level. When making your selections, you can choose 1 attraction from Tier 1 and 2 attractions, or 3 if you choose to not do anything from Tier 1 from Tier 2. Once you've used your first multipass experience on your first attraction, you can then immediately book your next one in the My Disney Experience app. If you're familiar with Genie Plus, there's no longer a 2-hour cooldown time for that next selection. Also, each individual attraction is limited to 1 per guest, so you cannot ride Space Mountain twice in one day using multipass. Arrival times can be selected and modified whenever, including before your theme park arrival day, and your options are selected before you commit to the purchase. If your park admission includes the Park Hopper Pass, you can even choose from multipass experiences in the other parks. You just have to use your first pass in your first park you make your purchase for. You also can receive digital downloads of attraction photos and videos from your day. Now let's talk Lightning Lane Single Pass. If you're familiar with Genie Plus, this is essentially the individual Lightning Lane option. This is a single purchase, single use, per guest pass to ride the most popular attraction in said park. These times can also be selected with 2 per person per day, but only once per attraction, meaning you can't buy 2 to ride Tron Light Cycle Run in the same day per guest. Like Multipass, Single Pass will also vary in price depending on time of year. Guests can purchase both Multipass and Single Pass in the same day. And as of the recording of this video, Virtual Queue is still very much in effect for select attractions. It's still free and there have been no changes made. Now let's talk when to purchase. Disney Resort guests can purchase up to 7 days in advance for multiple days of their trip, up to 14 days total. This also applies to Walt Disney World Swan, Dolphin, Swan Reserve, and Shades of Green Resort. And everyone else, including regular day guests, annual pass holders, or those staying off property, is 3 days in advance. This is a huge perk for those guests staying in a Disney Resort hotel.
So the goal of today is to get as many Lightning Lanes as possible. This is strictly a numbers game. I'm not after any specific attraction necessarily. However, I think some are more valuable than others. And to keep things simplified, I won't be using Virtual Queue or Lightning Lane single use, so that means no Tron Light Cycle Run or 7 Dwarfs Mine Train for me today. Now, I woke up bright and early this morning at 7 a.m. to book my initial Lightning Lane selections. My Tier 1 was Space Mountain. If it wasn't gonna be Space Mountain, I was gonna pick Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And my Tier 2, I picked Haunted Mansion and Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. There are 18 Lightning Lane attractions across Magic Kingdom, the most in any other park. However, with the opening of Lightning Lane as of today, Peter Pan's Flight is not available until mid-August. So that's one less attraction I have to worry about. So I am actually curious to see what that looks like, since that's also a very high ticket attraction. I'm really curious to see how much that impacts all the other selections today. Now, because you can only start your day with 3 Lightning Lanes, a lot of the other selections will be gobbled up pretty quickly. That doesn't mean that they're gone for good. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled today for cancellations and modifications. So even if I make a Lightning Lane or someone else makes a Lightning Lane, you can cancel, change, do whatever you want to better suit your needs. So I might find a Tiana's Bayou Adventure later on in the day, even though right now in the app, it might say that it's sold out. I also want to do a little bit of queue science. I want to see the difference between the standby time and the lightning lane to see if it's truly worth using. And obviously some attractions are going to have higher waits than others, so I want to compare the two.
We are so glad you're here at the Magic Kingdom, where a day filled with daring adventures and dreams come true is waiting for each and every one of you. And now, let the magic begin!
All right, friends, it is shortly after 9 a.m., which means our day has kicked off. What an intro. We are headed into Tomorrowland for our first 2 lightning lanes. Now, I feel like Space Mountain is a great use of my first lightning lane because not only is most of this crowd probably headed to Space Mountain, but it's part of early guest entry for resort guests. So if you are staying at a Disney resort, you get into the parks, any park, 30 minutes early. And one of the opening lands for Magic Kingdom is Tomorrowland. Plus, I regularly see Space Mountain at a minimum 45, 50-minute wait the entire day. So I think this is a strong start. So prior to doing this video, I never once used Genie Plus. I never felt the need to. It was introduced before we started vlogging, so I was already kind of late to the game, but I was very familiar with FastPass Plus. Oh yeah, look at this. What a great use of a lightning lane, holy smokes. Space Mountain. Oh my gosh, we are at a 60-minute wait out the gate this morning, you guys. Oh my gosh. Look at this, 8:59, not even 9 o'clock yet. We're scanning in. Love it. Thank you. Now I think Space Mountain might be what I consider a double tap attraction. There's that one scan point on the outside and I believe another one at the end. So from what I understand with Lightning Lane is that once I scan in for my first attraction and I use it, I can then make my next selection. I don't think that's the case with these double tap ones. I think I have to scan in both to 100% verify that I'm in line for Space Mountain and that I've been on it. And then at that point, I can do it. But ones like Haunted Mansion, I think are just a single tap. We'll find out throughout the day. You guys are gonna find out as I'm finding out. So not only did I get to use my lightning lane for this, but they also sent me down the single rider line. So I'm extra expedited today, baby. All right, on and off Space Mountain in 6 minutes. So an hour versus 6 minutes, pretty good. Now I was correct about Space Mountain being a double tap attraction. So once I scanned in that second one, it allowed me to make my second booking. Now originally I booked a Jungle Cruise because I thought it was gonna be available for around 3 o'clock. And even though it's far from now, I always wanna make sure that I have a lightning lane available. But then it jumped to like 9 o'clock at night. So yes, I still wanna do it, but I don't know if I wanna wait that long to do Jungle Cruise. I'll toggle for it throughout the day. But I did grab a Big Thunder Mountain for like right now. So yes, that's across the parks. We're gonna do some zigzagging today, but again, it's a numbers game, and I'm trying to get as many as I possibly can. So let's go over to Big Thunder. Look at that line. That's even longer than it was when I first went in. Holy smokes. So technically I do have a lightning lane for Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin, but because that's not until 10, and it's just like maybe now 9, 10, 9, 15, I'm definitely gonna fill as much space as I can with as many lightning lanes as I can. So you'll notice when you book your lightning lanes that it gives you a full hour to return to your attraction. So even though my Big Thunder Mountain is for 9:15, I have until 10:15 to get there. Now, obviously you wanna try your best to not be late, but sometimes things do happen. I don't know how the system will work in terms of being tardy to your reservations. However, go to the attraction just in case, scan in, be nice to said cast member because being nice can get you a very long way in Disney. Explain your situation politely. And if you get turned away, you get turned away, unfortunately. But just be nice, be patient, and try your best to be on time. Also, if you guys are having any issues with Lightning Lane or anything like that, we have these blue tents sprinkled all around the park. Stop there, chat with guest services. They should be able to help you with anything you guys might need. Oh man, I think this is a standby for Big Thunder already. It's a busy morning in Magic Kingdom, goodness. Welcome to the wildest ride in the wilderness, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Currently posted at a 25-minute wait, which I don't know quite how accurate that is, but we don't have to worry about that today. Hi there. Perfect, thanks. Now, just like Space, I think that Big Thunder is a double tap attraction. So we'll make our way up here, tap in, then we should be able to make our next lightning lane. All right, well, within our first hour of the day, we have already completed 2 of the top tier attractions for Lightning Lane. And Big Thunder was actually only a single tap. This time around, they have stanchions for a double tap, so it could be a double when you guys get here. Now, I will say, I love Big Thunder Mountain, but I don't think it belongs in the highest tier. I don't think it belongs in tier 1. I understand why it is, because it's a big coaster, but it's a very efficient attraction. I mean, right now, out the gate, it is only a 25-30 minute wait, which we only spent like 12 minutes to do, assuming that 25 minutes was right. So if you guys are picking your tiers, I would personally pick Big Thunder as your last option, because even after I booked my lightning lanes at 7 a.m. and the park opened, there was still some available within the first hour. So now we're actually gonna head to Mickey's PhilharMagic, which personally I don't think is worth a lightning lane usage, but it was the next available. There are a couple other smaller things available, like Mad Tea Party, Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid, Dumbo the Flying Elephant. But I think because I need to head back over to the side of the park anyways, I might as well go knock out PhilharMagic and get some AC. It's already really hot out today. Also, something I noticed in the app, and I don't know if this will be changed later, but when I was looking to make my next lightning lane selection, it said that a Space Mountain was available for around 7:30 tonight. And I double checked to see if I could book it, and I can't because it's limit 1. I'm sure that's just like a day 1 hiccup and that they'll fix it eventually. There's actually very few shows as part of Lightning Lane, and PhilharMagic is one of, I believe, the only 2. So to me, not a great use of a Lightning Lane, and I'm technically a few minutes early, so let's see if they'll let me in. There we go. Grab my 3D eyes. So that is a very cute show and a very underrated show and a great escape from the heat. But I will say that is not a very good use of a lightning lane. It's a decently long show. Even though my lightning lane let me into the waiting room before the regular standby line, I still had to wait for the standby line to join our room before we all got let into the theater. So I ended up probably waiting about 15 minutes anyways, 10, 15, before the show actually started. So really only a great use if you think it's absolutely worth it, but I probably shouldn't have booked that one. I did book a lightning lane for Mad Tea Party for 10 while I was in line. It's 10 o'clock now, and even though that technically conflicts with my Buzz Lightyear lightning lane, I can still book the 2, but I went ahead and modified it to be Jungle Cruise, and that's not till 9 o'clock tonight, but I would rather secure it and maybe modify it later, or work my way up to 9 o'clock so that I just don't miss Jungle Cruise altogether. Also, because my annual pass has a park hopper option on it, I checked the lightning lanes for other parks. So the way that it works is that once you use your first lightning lane in your initial park, if you have a valid park hopper, you can go to any other park. So I could park up to the other 3 parks and continue using my lightning lanes there. But obviously we're gonna keep using it here at Magic Kingdom because it's a Magic Kingdom video. Now, I've never gotten a perfect score on Buzz Lightyear, and I'm hoping today's the day. I'm feeling it. I got so close last time in my Everything Pixar video where I ran around Disney World all day and did everything Pixar. So close. Posted at a 35. It's a little after 10:10 right now. Let's scan in. All right, into our Star Blaster, Star Cruiser, Star something, Star Command. I don't want to talk about it. Well, terrible score and silly photo aside, I think that is an amazing use of a lightning lane. That's why I picked it as one of my initial 3 this morning. I always see Buzz Lightyear at a 45-minute wait, like minimum throughout most of the day. I literally walked right on. And while I was in line, I booked a Dumbo the Flying Elephant for 10:15. It's 10:20 and we're not far. Let's go do it. Hi there. So Dumbo is only at a 5-minute wait, which is arguably not the best use of a lightning lane. A cute red and blue Dumbo. We'll do that one today. Higher, higher, higher. Not gonna lie, it's worth riding this just for the breeze alone. It feels wonderful up here. Very short, very sweet, and an undeniable classic but right now I don't think it's quite worth the lightning lane. I waited about 5 minutes anyways. Later on in the day, I could see this being worth it because I've seen Dumbo get as high as 20, 30 minutes on a really busy day. It's just a very efficient attraction, and the audience is a little bit younger for it. So we've got Mad Tea Party right after this, so let's go over there. 5 minutes, so again, not really worth it, but we're gonna do it anyways.
Welcome back.
Thank you, oh hi.
Hey.
And now starts the mad dash for a teacup. But I don't know which one I want. We might just go for this one because it's right here. And I like the colors, it's pretty. I really wish Matt was here so he could spin it incredibly fast because he is surprisingly very good at it. All right, here we go. Ooh, doing it one-handed. Do you guys like to go really fast on this, or does it like make you want to vomit? Oh, how very appropriate. Allison had our meeting today. Now, speaking of characters, I did mention earlier that characters are no longer part of the Skip the Line service. So they were part of Genie Plus, and I even think part of FastPass Plus. But now with Lightning Lane, they're gone. So it's just these 18 attractions. I wonder how that makes the queues for meeting characters now. Does that make them arguably shorter? Or are we missing out on some great experiences by not having characters be part of it? When I was in line for Mad Tea Party, I grabbed a Lightning Lane for Magic Carpets of Aladdin. Not a great attraction, especially one to use it on. But it's not until 12:40, which is about 2 hours from now. I'm headed to Mansion right now, which is the final of my 3 initial picks of the day. And then we might need to reassess and figure out where we need to go. Maybe I'll toggle a little bit so I can find some better attractions. Maybe I can find a Tiana's Bayou Adventure somewhere in there. Pirates, I think, is already gone for the day. But I think we're making great progress. We've gotten a lot of attractions done very early in the day. And it's not even 11 o'clock, so good for us. Now, Mansion was one of my top picks, not only because it's one of my favorite attractions in this park, because it's extremely popular. Ooh, it says currently a 45-minute wait. Oh, I'm early. Ah, dang, I forgot. Well, joke's on me, I feel silly. I knew this is where I need to be next, and I'm 10 minutes early. So I might show up in 5 minutes and see if it'll let me in 5 minutes early. All right, 10:55, let's try this again. Other Skip the Line systems worked at 5 minutes, so we're gonna test out this one. There we go. Wee wee. And even the Lightning Lane is pretty backed up. Very popular attraction. Glad I grabbed one like first thing this morning. An absolute stellar use of a Lightning Lane, maybe 10, 15 minutes, 15 max, instead of the 45. Haunted Mansion was my third and final pick of my initial selection this morning. And since I've been stacking, as of around 11:20 this morning, I have done 7 attractions. So as of right now, I have a Lightning Lane for 11:40 in about 20 minutes for Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. I have one at 1 o'clock for Magic Carpets of Aladdin, and then I still have that Jungle Cruise for 9:20. So of all the attractions I have left, not including those, I have Tiana's Bayou Adventure, the Barnstormer, Tomorrowland Speedway, Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid, Pirates of the Caribbean, Small World, and Winnie the Pooh. So I am extremely surprised and proud of how well I've been doing today on getting these attractions done in such a very quick amount of time. But I kind of feel like we're at the point where we're starting to slow down a little bit. A lot of the selections are starting to slowly go away. Pirates is 100% gone. Tiana's is still not available. I'm keeping my eye out for them and I'm checking every so often, but I'm kind of starting to just fill up my time periods with other filler attractions because I don't want to be without anything. Like right now, let's say I wanted to change my Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor because I don't think that'll be a very good use of it despite being in the AC, and it's actually a pretty funny show. Let's see what's currently available. All right, Jungle Cruise we have booked. Big Thunder we've already done. Mermaid is at 3, so that's a little too far from what I want now. Mad Tea Party we've done. Tomorrowland Speedway is 4:05, so even further out. Small World, not horrible, 2:30, but still a couple hours out. Magic Carpets we have booked. Pirates, yeah, Pirates is gone. Winnie the Pooh is at 9:30 tonight. That is intense. I kind of feel like maybe I should have booked Pooh instead of Big Thunder earlier, but I got to Big Thunder immediately, so if we don't get it done, we don't get it done. And we're kind of catching up. Yeah, I've kind of done all of these. No Tiana's Bayou and 2:45 for Barnstormer. And Peter Pan, of course, is down for a refurb. So I'm gonna keep my options for now, but now would be a great time to talk about like filler attractions. So obviously not every attraction is going to be on Lightning Lane for good reason. It's just an attraction that doesn't need it, an attraction with a high capacity or a show or this, that, and the other. So now would be a great time to maybe go do one of those attractions like Country Bear Musical Jamboree, which is brand new and a wonderful show, by the way, if you guys haven't seen it yet. Enchanted Tiki Room is a good show to go catch. Hall of Presidents is a very long indoor show. The People Mover, Carousel Progress. So a lot of shows, a lot of quick moving attractions that can get people in and out pretty efficiently. But since it's a little before the noon o'clock hour, I may actually grab an early lunch to maybe try and beat the crowds for certain attractions while everyone else is eating, because the key is to either eat early or eat late. And maybe during that time period of everyone else being at lunch, maybe some of these harder ones will free up or bump forward a little bit. Fingers crossed, we'll see. Well, after a very short stop inside of Cosmic Ray's Starlight Cafe for lunch, we are refreshed and back out into the park. Also, friends, please stay hydrated. Get free water from your quick service locations. I just downed 2 cups because I was so parched. The last thing you want to do is find yourself sick, not feeling well, passing out, whatever, on your Disney vacation. So drink plenty of water. It's everywhere in the parks. Now, one thing I wish Lightning Lane did is that I wish it pushed the experiences you've already done towards the bottom of your list. Every time I go in to check to see what's available, what I can do next, etc., I have to scroll past things that I can't actually book. So like I said earlier, at Space Mountain said there was one available for 7 o'clock or whatever. I technically can't do that again. So I wish it wouldn't tell me that, because it doesn't mean anything to me. I think it would make the app easier to navigate through and make those Lightning Lane selections easier to make. But anyways, we're here at Laugh Floor. Let's go inside. Now, normally I wouldn't say Laugh Floor would be worth a Lightning Lane, but judging by that 20-minute wait and the crowd, I think everyone's trying to escape from the heat. So probably a good thing we have it booked right now. Hi there. Thank you. Stepping out of the human world and right into the monster world.
Nelly, where are you from?
I'm from Florida land.
Konnichiwa. So Marion's the one illegally recording the show? Think of a number between 1 and 50. Are you thinking of that number? Tell everybody the number. I will close my eyes so I cannot hear you.
36.
Okay, Nelly. Beam me the number with the power of your mind. Ooh, that's good. We need to boost the signal. Excuse me, criminal? Can you take your fingers and make antennas on Nellie's head and that'll boost the brain signal? There it goes. Thank you, Dad. Your number's 36.
Yeah. Every time I go into the show, I always think that I've heard and seen everything, and there's always one thing that just makes me laugh and catches me off guard, and it makes me just appreciate this attraction all over again. Now, I will say that was a pretty decent use of a Lightning Lane, given the crowd on the outside, but even though I was let in as one of the first people, kind of like with PhilharMagic, I had to sit there and just wait for the rest of the room to fill up. A lot of people fit in there, so I got to the front of the crowd, and I got to have the seat that I wanted, but I was just standing there just watching the pre-show, which felt like an eternity to me. So I still waited quite a while to see the show, but I would still chalk it up to probably less than 20 minutes, maybe 10. But anyways, while we were waiting through the queue for Monsters, I had a couple of Lightning Lane changes. I initially got Barnstormer, and then I switched it to Small World, and then Winnie the Pooh became available. Now, my only issue is that Winnie the Pooh and Jungle Cruise, of course, are towards the very end of the night. They're both after 9 o'clock, with my Magic Carpets of Aladdin being around 1 o'clock. So there's a big chunk of time there with no Lightning Lane that I have currently, and the pool is starting to diminish rather quickly. And I don't know if that's just an opening day thing where they just didn't anticipate it, or if it's just that busy. But I think I severely underestimated Pirates of the Caribbean and Winnie the Pooh. I thought picking Big Thunder for my next one earlier this morning would have been the better option. I've still seen Big Thunder available periodically throughout the day, and that's a tier 1 attraction. I wanted to come down here to the Town Square Theater and look at the wait time for meeting Mickey, because Mickey used to have like a Genie Plus option. Looks like currently a 35, which isn't terrible for midday for an indoor attraction. Granted, we are during like the lunch period, so maybe that's why it's a little low. But yeah, I wonder if that has any like larger impact not being a lightning lane option. Well, since we're getting close to 1 o'clock, let's go ahead and head into Adventureland for our first lightning lane here today. Now, I definitely don't think this is a great use of a lightning lane at all. If you've done Dumbo, you've done Magic Carpets of Aladdin, it's just not even near as fun as Dumbo or as classic or iconic. But if you've got a kid who really, really, really wants to ride it, or you guys just need filler attractions, like a filler lightning lane like I have, it's perfect for it. Please don't spit on me, please don't spit on me, please don't spit on me, please don't spit on me. Currently a 25-minute wait, which is huge for Magic Carpets of Aladdin, but it's time to scan in. We're here 5 minutes early. Perfect, there we go. Well, it just stopped midair, so this one might not happen. Stay tuned. All right, after a brief setback, we are ready to fly. And just like Dumbo, honestly, being up here with that breeze, this is nice. You know what? We're gonna try and get hit by the camel. Let's see if we can get spit on. Oh, okay, yeah, I got it, okay. So one thing I'm curious to know, because I haven't had it happen to me yet, is what happens when a ride goes down, when an attraction goes down and you have a lightning lane. I would assume you get a lightning lane multiple attraction. I don't know what the new terminology is for it, but you can basically use it for any lightning lane in the event that your attraction goes down. So I was actually kind of hoping that Magic Carpets would have been down, and so they would have given me a like return pass for a different attraction. Oh, and with the downtime, it still took me about 20 minutes to get through that. Not ideal at all. But the people who originally were quoted 25 now have to wait even longer. So, all right, so current standing, I have Small World, which is my newest one that I made in line over at the Magic Carpets for $410, and then $915 for Pooh, and then $920 for Jungle Cruise. So that is a huge chunk of time that I am just clearly not using lightning lanes for. So this would be another chance to go and do more filler attractions, and honestly, you could probably look at wait times for these attractions and see if their standby is considerably low, because if you could knock it out and not have to worry about waiting 3 hours to go ride Pirates, a Small World, or whatever you have on here, now would be a good time to do it. So right now it's a little after 1:15. We have Big Thunder at 45, Pirates at 30, which is probably the lowest I've seen it all day. Jungle Cruise at a 35, that's also incredibly low. Mansion 45, Small World's at 45, ooh. Meeting Princesses at Fairy Tale Hall is 45. Journey of the Little Mermaid is 25, so not bad there. Space is a 50, Dumbo's a 30, that's pretty high for Dumbo. And then we have Carousel Progress at a 5, and I think People Mover at a 20. So not bad. So again, now would be a good time to maybe knock out some of these attractions. And if not that, go back to your resort, hang out for a little bit, get some rest in, reapply some sunscreen, maybe shower, change your clothes. If you are willing to leave Magic Kingdom and just go rest somewhere, put some grub in your tummy, again, perfect time period to do that. Also, since it's a little past 1 o'clock, I've obviously missed the 1 o'clock drop for the virtual queue. I was very tempted to get it, even though I said I wasn't gonna do virtual queue today. Mostly for Tiana's, since Tiana is both in Lightning Lane and virtual queue at the time. Tron I was okay with missing, but Tiana, since it was part of the list, I wanted to do it. But I'm sticking to my guns, and I'm not gonna compromise the challenge. And if I don't get to ride it today, that's fine. I've been on it a ton lately, but very tempting, very tempting. So, little detour. I came over here to the Contemporary because I forgot both my camera charger and my phone charger today. I have the little bricks to charge them, just no cord. So we're gonna head upstairs to the gift shops on the 4th floor and see if they have any, because they don't sell any in the parks for some reason. They want you to get the fuel rods, and I don't want to commit to a fuel rod because I already have one, and they're not good. They're not good. All right, welcome to the Contemporary. There's 3 gift shops on this level. One over here, one over there. And there's one in this far back corner, so we're gonna check that first. I think that might be where it is. Fantasia Market, that's what it's called. All right, I think I found what I need. They're 30 each. We're not buying those. And just to give you guys an idea of how much fuel rods cost, which are the portable chargers, they are now 38 a piece, 38. Now, granted, you can swap these out forever for free here at Disney, but again, they are not great. They don't hold a ton of power, and the little cords are very, very dinky, and that's all that I need is just the cords. So, all right, update. I caved, bought a charger. So my camera, it's good to go. Only 20 bucks after my discount, I said, yeah, I'm not driving all the way home, I'll just buy it. So I just spent the last hour here at the Contemporary, mostly because I met this very wonderful guest, namely Anne, who let me borrow her lightning charger for my phone. And we just sat there and just talked for a good while. And she even like watched my phone while I ran around and asked all the cast members if I could borrow a charger for my camera before I bought one, which also thank you to all those cast members that I ran into that looked for chargers for me. You guys were so kind to like stop what you were doing and try and help me out. And Leanne, if you're watching, thank you so much for entertaining me and letting me chew your ear off about a bunch of theme park stuff. And it was nice just meeting somebody so kind and so helpful. And I will forever be grateful for you for juicing up my phone so I could survive the rest of the day. But anyways, guys, we have wonderful news. While I was waiting, I managed to snag a 2:30 Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Oh, the stars aligned for us. So I'm gonna head back over to Magic Kingdom because that time is now, and we're gonna go scan in for that attraction. That's one I didn't think I was gonna be able to get today. I did have to give up my Small World for it, which is totally fine because Small World I think is still available. My Tiana's Bayou Adventure became a Lightning Lane Select Experiences, which means the attraction just went down. That's not good. I wanted to ride it today. All right, let's see what would be available to book. So the multiple experiences will look just like that with the balloons. It says $235. One guest Tiana's Bayou Adventure was temporarily unavailable during your return time. Find out where you can go. So it looks like you can essentially use it on anything. I would assume you could use it on repeat. So if I want to go do Mansion again, I probably could. Now the question is, what do I use it on? Because I really, really don't want to not use it on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I could use it on Pirates because I think that's unavailable the rest of the day. I could use it on my Jungle Cruise instead of my later Jungle Cruise and bump that up. Let's go down to Tiana's and see what's going on down there. So I talked to the cast members down here at Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and the Lightning Lane multiple experiences is exactly what I thought it was going to be. It's just like how it used to be for FastPass Plus, where I can go use it on anything basically that I want in the park. As long as it's open. Even an attraction I have already done or an attraction that is no longer available. So he said that I could keep my multiple experiences and come back to Tiana's, which is probably what I'll end up doing. They just don't know when it's gonna come back up. And the sky's starting to look a little cloudy. So storms could be rolling in. We're getting about the later half of the afternoon. But the Tiana's is not down for that. It's down for just technical difficulties. So bummer. So further update, because technically this Lightning Lane is no longer valid, it's technically gone. So that means even though I have a select experiences, I can still book my next one. So I went ahead and booked Small World for 6/15. That's quite a ways from now, but I now technically have 4 Lightning Lanes instead of just my 3. So I think I might go ahead and use that Tiana's Bayou one for Pirates just because I probably should just use it if I'm trying to do numbers today. It's a bummer because I wanted to ride it, but they were like physically evacuating people from the boats, and that's never a good sign. Pirate says it's a 15, and I just don't think that's accurate at all. So let's go and use that free Lightning Lane we have. I assume I come up here just as normal business and tap in and it'll let me. Look at that, we used it. So because that was a freebie Lightning Lane that they gave me because the attraction went down, that doesn't count towards my redemption and then my next stack. So even though I had 4, I still technically only have 3. So that means I can't scan or make my next one until my next actual Lightning Lane, which is 6 o'clock for Small World. So just keep that in mind. It's been a while since I've seen you guys when I was last on Pirates. I have just been working my way around the park doing some things that are not Lightning Lanes. I've had a bit of a shakeup in my Lightning Lanes. I originally had Small World for around 6:15. Then there was a Barnstormer for 5:30. Then that went down because of weather. So then I got another Lightning Lane Select Experiences, which is good for most of the Lightning Lane attractions in the park. And then I went ahead and booked Small World again, but it's not until 8:20. So that means I still have 4 that I'm sitting on right now with Winnie the Pooh and Jungle Cruise. So I figured we would actually go use that select experiences for the Speedway, because that has also been completely gone like all day for some reason. That was another sleeper hit that I did not expect to completely sell out. All right, Tomorrowland Speedway currently at a 25, but again, big sleeper hit today. I don't know what's going on with this attraction. Lightning Lane, select experience, we are activating, and we're good to go. All right, speculating what car I'm gonna get. I think it's gonna be yellow. I don't know, there's a lot of yellow cars, so we're gonna guess yellow. All right, I got a white car, but I get some fancy racing stripes. One day I wanna see somebody do the don't bump the sides challenge. Oh, I'm already gonna fail. I'm like pedal to the metal, but I'm going nowhere. Am I holding up traffic? No, no one's behind me, okay, good. Oh, we're hitting the sides again. All right, not too bad of a wait for Tomorrowland Speedway. I'd say probably about 5-7 minutes. I kind of forgot to keep track, but it was way shorter than 25, so that's all that counts. And I did stop by one of the blue guest services tent, and I asked if there was a way to toggle off attractions I've already done, because earlier I mentioned it was pushing attractions to me for like 520 Laugh Floor. Well, I've already done Laugh Floor, I can't do it again. So I asked if there was a way to toggle it off, and they said no, but that they appreciated the feedback, because it just makes it harder to navigate. It makes it messier. It also seemingly gives me the suggestions at random. At first I thought it was by distance, like where my location is in the park. But when I was standing there talking to them, it had one for Fantasy, one for Tomorrow, one for Frontier, and one for Adventure. So there's really no rhyme or reason as to how they recommend them to you. I would love if they were alphabetized, because it'd be much easier for me to just look and be like, okay, I need Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Boom, scroll to T's. It's day one. They're open to change. They're open to seeing if things will update, and they are learning things as I am learning things. And they said it's been kind of messy for some guests, but I have clearly found it pretty easy to use. All right, current update on Lightning Lane attractions and where I am in terms of completing this. So if you take all the ones I've done today and the 3 I currently have pending, which are Small World, Pooh, and Jungle Cruise, there are only 3 attractions I've not done yet. Frankly, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I think that was a godsend that I got that as a selection, and then God cursed me in the same breath and then took it away from me. And Under the Sea and Barnstormer are my last 2, and I had a Barnstormer and it went away, but I would rather have used it for Tomorrowland Speedway, since that one has been near impossible to get today. Barnstormer still has been popping up, but it's way later in the evening. Same with Under the Sea. So I don't know if I'm gonna come 100% clean, but even if I don't, like, I did really good today. For a first time using this system, I played my cards right out the gate by my first initial selections, and I'm pretty pleased. It's been a while, but it's finally time for our next Lightning Lane, and it's a Small World. And just to make sure, because I've been checking over the last couple of hours, see if I can toggle anything else, and there's like nothing left in the park. Mostly Dumbo, Laugh Floor, and I think Mad Tea Party. And randomly, which I'm sure it was gone within seconds, a Space Mountain for 8:30. So with that being said, I think I'm done trying to get my last 3. I think I'm done trying to toggle them and refresh and everything. I've been doing it a lot today, just for the sake of trying to get the remaining ones that I need. And I think at this point, kind of have to call it and just enjoy the last few attractions that I can. All right, it's a Small World. Currently, 35-minute wait. There we go. Hi there. Thank you. There we go. Didn't expect there to be a double tap, and very backed up. That could have possibly been the slowest moving Small World I've ever been on. The entire attraction, including the queue, was like 25 minutes. And I think more than half of that was us just sailing around that room at a snail's pace. Like, we were the slow boat. Every other boat was like faster. We were just lugging behind for some reason. Maybe it's because I was in the back. Maybe that's saying something. Huh. 15-minute wait. We're 5 minutes early. Let's check in. Thank you. Well, despite having a lightning lane, it didn't really do much for me. Well, as stated before, didn't really need a lightning lane for that one. That's okay though. Well, anyways, friends, we have one more attraction left, and that is the Jungle Cruise. So we are gonna make our way all the way over across the park to Adventureland because our Winnie the Pooh and Jungle Cruise overlapped. So while I was on the attraction, I got called. And they are prepping for fireworks because I think they go off any minute. I don't know the time tonight, but they're playing the music. They've cleared out the area. Well, speak of the devil. I technically do have time to watch them, but honestly, guys, I'm so beat from being here all day. We'll catch them as they shoot off as we're walking. We'll take a leisurely stroll. How about that? Well, what a lovely stroll that was, all the way here to Adventureland for our final attraction, Jungle Cruise. Posted 20, doubt it. Hello! You guys are my last stop. Well, I would not say 20 minutes is accurate. Basically, everybody's up here at the dock.
Welcome aboard the world famous Jungle Cruise. We are world famous for being famous around the world. My name is Jason, and for the next 2 weeks, I will be your skipper, your guide, your best friend, after supermodel, and if you don't laugh at my jokes, I'll also be your swim instructor. Now, does anybody know why we call them African elephants? I'm gonna act like you didn't just say that. Does anybody else know why we call them? Did you say Cambodia? Baby, that is... Guys, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's the eighth wonder of the world.
The backside of water. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming along with me today to Magic Kingdom to try out the brand new Lightning Lane multi-pass system. I actually really enjoyed it. I felt like it was really easy to use. I liked that I could continuously book and book and book after I redeemed each one. I didn't have to wait for a cooldown. I didn't have to redeem my initial 3. I thought the price was a little high for the day, but honestly, I felt like it was worth it with as much as I got done. Which out of the 17 available attractions today, 18 if you include Peter Pan's flight, I got 14 done. That's crazy. Now, I probably could have come all the way clean if I really reprioritized some attractions. There are some things I did really early on, like Laugh Floor and Mad Tea Party, that I really feel like I didn't need to do then. I was just too focused on getting the number up rather than like looking at what was available, because those 2 specific attractions were available very, very late. But I feel like I started the day really strong with my 3 initial picks, which were Buzz, Space, and Haunted Mansion, because those, again, are always really high attractions. They're very, very highly coveted, and I don't regret picking those because they worked out really well. And within my first couple of hours of being here, I racked up, I think, 7 attractions before I even went to Haunted Mansion. And I feel like there's a couple issues that they can iron over time, and that's mostly just like the organization of the app and the system being used, because my biggest issue was being told that I could book things like Laugh Floor or Magic Carpets of Aladdin when I had already done them. So I wish that they would like push those to the very bottom or just not have them be available to even look at once you complete them, because it just, when I'm trying to speed read and just get to whatever I need to like book, I have to go through all these things that I literally cannot go do. Just like with Genie Plus as a local, I don't really feel like I'm going to need to ever really use it. But if you guys want to see me try more at Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Disney's Animal Kingdom, let me know in the comments. I would be intrigued to go see how those other parks work with the lower amount of attractions, things like Animal Kingdom, which have no tiers at all. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys like our video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, the way you guys get updates on all of our future adventures, and let us know in the comments, do you guys think this new Lightning Lane multi-pass system is worth worth it? Do you think Genie Plus was better? Do you just really miss FastPass Plus? Based on the evidence that you guys saw today, do you guys think that it's something that you could see yourself using on your Disney World vacation? And as always, thanks for making memories with us. I've been Adrian. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.